Well, it looks like everything's online and it is Friday night. Good to see everyone. If we've learned anything about Mike Carmelini is if his wife leaves him alone for more than an hour on a Friday night, he goes live. And that's what we're doing tonight. Thanks for coming in. Again, my name is Mike Carmelini. If you are new to this channel, please like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton. And yeah, we're getting there. We're over 650 in 2 months. So things are looking up here. And things are looking up in Broncos country. I sent out a tweet today asking for a little bit of help. I guess I was curious about what draft picks would help Bo Nix the most for next year. And I got some great responses from a lot of people that I know and respect. And then I went crazy and picked my own. So I'm gonna put them up and put the grades up and let you guys tear me up for doing that. So actually, only the first one's the only real crazy one, but he's my guy, and that's not going to change because I have a feeling that this guy, yeah, I know it's batshit crazy. And I'll give it a B minus because I understand that this is not the pick everybody would think about immediately when they talk about what would help Bo Nix the most. But I mean, he's a football player, and if Sean Payton has one of those in the running back room, I'm not sure who it is. If you go to the roster, we've got. So first of all, he's 5'9.5" and 220. He's just a bowling ball of a player, and he's going to get 4 to 5 yards every time he touches the ball. Guy can catch. He's great after the pass or after the catch. He doesn't go down. He's got great contact balance. He's got all the stuff that you want. But for some reason, because he's slow, some people or most people don't see him as as somebody that you would want on the team. But this is not someone you would draft in the first round or the second round. That's not what I'm saying here. I'm saying fourth round. If Cam Scatterbo is there, he would help this offense and this team a lot. Look, Tyler Bidet is 5'8", 197. So Audric Estime, our big back, our huge back, is 5'11", 227. So he's almost 2 inches taller and 8 pounds heavier. And he's built like a brick, you know what. But Cam Scatterbo is a beast. And I think he's a hell of a football player. If you haven't watched his highlights, I suggest you go do that because he is like when he hits the line, he's got great vision too. And when he hits the line, he like makes the small movements that nobody really gets the clean hits on, but he does seek out contact. So, that could be something, but last year, 2024, he's first team All-American, first team All Big 12. He was second in the FBS with 1,700 yards rushing, 5.8 a clip. I mean, the guy's a player. And in the Peach Bowl, he was the offensive MVP. In the quarterfinal loss to Texas, he had 143 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns, and 99 receiving yards. He had a 42-yard touchdown pass. He was in the Heisman Trophy running. I think he finished 5th in that voting. I mean, he's just a good football player. He's built really low to the ground. He's muscular. Was somebody calling me crazy already? I better find out. Let's go. Yes, thank you, Andy. See, I told you. See, even the smart people agree with me sometimes. So, Andy, if appreciate you coming in, buddy. It's always good to see you, and thanks for the help today too on that tweet. I definitely used your names. I think you'll find most of them on here. But back to Cam. He's got burst. He gets to his top speed quickly. And that might not seem like much when you're kind of a lumbering back, I guess people would call him, but he gets to his top speed really quick. And so, yeah, he's not the guy that's going to, get to the second level every time and beat everybody down the field, but that's not always the best, that's not always gets a running back to the next level. The first 3 to 5 yards of a running back is way more important than his top speed, in my opinion, because he's got to make the reads. We've got fast backs that cannot that have no vision, that can't see the opening, or they get through the very first opening and then they can't pick their way past the linebackers and the safeties. Like Cam's ability to do that is pretty good. So, anyways, that's kind of my one-off. He makes my top 10 because I'm a fan. I like him, and he's gonna be just like one of those dogs that everybody would love if he was on our team. Like jerseys would sell. It'd be a ton of fun too. All right, let's go to number 9, Mason Taylor. A lot of people like this guy, LSU, right? He's, did I get that right? Yeah. Big guy, 6'5", 250. He's projected to go in the second round, which is perfect. If we got him in the second round, I would definitely give this an A+. I like him a lot. I do. It's positional too. I think you'll see a few tight ends in this top 10, but even with signing our new Joker, I still think that we're going to need to build for the future and to have the future and the present at the same time. And then at 6'5", 250, he's not really. It's not an Evan Ingram thing. It's more of a Troutman thing. Like I think Mason Taylor could definitely do some inline playing. He knows how to run routes. He's got enough speed to get the seam and stack a linebacker, which I think is nice. He plucks the ball from the air away from his body. He's got good movement, and I'd be excited about it. I'd give it an A+. I think Bo would love to have. Well, he's going to have it. He's going to have running backs. He's already going to have Ingram, so it's looking good for him. But this would be a big one for me. Definitely makes my top 10. Yeah, I mean, what's not to like about him? Big guy too. I love him. Let's see if he's got any. His weakness, they kind of list like a 1-speed runner, but he's a tight end. Let's be honest. He's not. He's not a wide receiver. And physicality a little bit, but I mean, he's a kid, right? So he'll learn all that. I like Mason Taylor. A lot of people like Mason Taylor too when we put that out there today. So let's go to number 8, LB3. Now, I guess I've seen some smoke and some, I don't know, not a lot of hype, but it kind of comes and goes with Burden. So, and I assume that a lot of people have mixed feelings about this one, and I don't remember too many people replying with Luther Burden when I asked this question earlier today on Twitter as one of the players that would help, but I think he definitely would. He's kind of got some freakish athletic ability, and he's like 4.4 speed. Just a great athlete, great ball skills, probably some of the best ball skills other than like Travis Hunter out there, I think. Somebody will correct me on that if I'm wrong, but I think he can like make the exciting plays. He was first team all SEC. He played 12 games. I know there's some issues there, but if he's another one of those guys that if he's in there at in the second round somewhere, and somebody might fall in love with him and take him, but just watching his highlights, not studying his film, I did listen to some things some other people said about him, but like he's a playmaker, and would he be like a slot receiver? He's 6 feet, 206, small hands, but he catches the ball away from his body. I saw that. He's really sudden with his hands. Like he doesn't give away that the ball's coming. And then next thing you know, he snatches it out of the air. And that's some stuff I like about that. Stuff that you see in more advanced, wide receivers that they learn. Like he already knows some of this stuff, and he tracks the ball really well. So he's got great body control too, that I've noticed. So I'd love him there. I'd give that an A if they took him. Again, we're still talking second round players. Other than Scatabo, it'd be like a 4th. I'd take him in the 3rd. The reason and just to go back to Scatabo for a second, guys. So this is a reminder. I gave it a B-, and even my own pick. And the reason I give it a B- is because I know that there's probably better players available wherever we take him. But I just want him. So that's the way it is. And Burden, Yeah, yeah, exciting player. I'd be happy with him. I'd give it an A if they got him in the second. Say they went running back in the first and got Luther Burden in the second. That would be really good. That'd be an A plus first two rounds for me, depending on what the running back was or who the running back was, and even if they went interior defensive line, and then came out with uh, Luther Burden in the second, I'd still give that pick an A, and then I'd start freaking out about not having a running back. So let's Burton plays similar role to Mims, but Peyton's creativity. Yeah, I think he would too. And I've gotten talked into being higher on Mims now. During the season last year, I was really worried about him, and then of course the last third of the season, Mims started to pop and did some great stuff, and of course everybody was feeling better about Mims. And after I had a little time to kind of get over, just like reflect, I'm starting to feel better about Mims too. Like I can see him coming in and actually, settling down second year in the system and being really good. And so, okay, so Burden would be a similar role to Mims. All right. Well, so he's 8. I still give it an A. Be interesting. We need a wide receiver. And I agree with you, Andy. I think Sean would certainly figure out something to work it out. Number 7, let's do our first running back, Caleb Johnson. A lot of people in on Caleb. And I don't know if it's because they think he's going to be available or, and so they're saying to yourself, Genty's out for sure. Amari Hampton might be out. And now, was it Trevion Henderson? I'm probably not pronouncing that name right. Trevion. Anyway, Henderson could all be gone. And so this is the fallback position. But I will say that a lot of people were pretty high on Caleb Johnson before all that. So I would say this pick, Caleb Johnson, would be an A for me, an absolute A. It'd be a home run hit. Again, second round. Okay, so Andy's got Caleb is his RB4. Very comfortable. Yeah, second round guy. I agree. And thank you, because I really don't do this work myself. I'll let you guys do all the work, and I appreciate that. I'm always very upfront and honest with you guys. I look at it all, but I'm not going to go study film all day. I got a golf course to run, so I can't have time for that. All right, so Caleb Johnson out of Iowa. He's 6'1", 224. Love that size. I think he ran a 4.5. Yeah, 4.57 at the combine, looks like. So not speed, not top end speed, but he's second team All-American, Big Ten running back of the year, first team All Big Ten. He's finalist for the Doak Walker, which is the running back award. Yeah, just a lot of production. He had 1,700 all-purpose yards. So really like him. He's good size. He's got a good frame. Like, he looks good. He looks like a running back. He's got good tempo. Yeah, it looks like he's kind of hard to bring down. I guess, some of the negatives I'm reading, and this is just one guy's, I'm not going to go too far into it. Who is this? Lance Zerline. He says, sudden acceleration is a little slow, below average contact aggression for his size. Well, they'll teach him how to be aggressive. Sean will teach you how to be aggressive, but I really like this guy. I'd give that an A. Again, second round would be perfect. Imagine Caleb Johnson slipping to the third and the Broncos getting him in the third and getting 2 other impact players before that. God, I can't wait for the draft, guys. It's going to be so fun. It's going to be so fun. Hey, 40 of you guys watching, if you have the time to come over and subscribe to my channel, that would be awesome. It looks like some of you have, so thank you for that. Oh, yeah. All right, cool. We're up 4. Thanks, guys. Here we go. Let's move on. We should be getting into some first rounders here pretty soon, shouldn't we? Let's find out. Ooh, the Tet offensive. So Tet McMillan be my number 6. Obviously Tet from Arizona, big, tall, 6'4", 220, can do just about everything. So he's first team All-American, first team All-12, third in the air base, 1,319 receiving yards. School record, 3,423 career receiving yards. I mean, that's awesome. So he's setting school records at Arizona, which is great. I think he's so I guess the people talk about him being a clone of Cortland Sutton, maybe. I don't know if I see that. I'll let smarter people than me discuss that ad nauseum, but I do like what I've seen from Tet. And again, and going back to Andy's comment earlier, like I can see if Sean Payton has a plan for a player, then we're fine. And what he always does, and he's famous for this, and Ryan Edwards was on mic'd up with me last night, and he was saying that Sean Payton doesn't draft players unless he has a plan for them. Like he will have an actual position, a plan, a path, how he's going to use them within an offense with other people or even defense, I assume, but mostly on offense. Like he will have like a written plan for the guy. If he gets him, that's what he's going to use him for. So if Sean Payton goes after Tet McMillan at number 20, because he's probably a first round pick, I would say we should just go ahead and buy in. And again, like Andy's saying on here, Tet's grown on him. He was a hater for a while, but he's not anymore. Yeah, he kind of is kind of that same for me. I was kind of seeing people talk about Tet more and more, and maybe not as much as like Loveland early in the process, where everybody was talking about, oh, Genty, and then it was Warren, and then it was Loveland, and then it was Loveland for a long time. And then, I think as people started to think we wouldn't have a shot at getting Loveland, then that talk went away and we started talking about running backs more. But Tet's been kind of circling around the Broncos talk for a while. And yeah, I would give that move an A, even in the first round at 20. I would still give that an A. I think that would help Bo a lot. And certainly, as I said before, I think Sean Payton would definitely find a way to use him. All right, so I don't know if I got this next one, maybe a little high, maybe not, but we're talking, positional value here. I love Terrence Ferguson. He's a big kid, 6'5", 250, and I don't know if I have any stuff on him on here, but I have some. I know he played at Oregon, and he's not the most athletic. He ran like a 4.6, and I think he was hurt. Yeah, he missed 2 games. He had an appendectomy, so like his numbers might be off. And I'd give myself a B+, for drafting this guy. But again, I'm not talking about an early draft pick, but he's a round 2 or a round 3 guy, maybe even round 4 guy. You never know. But he's had great pass, skills or ball catching skills. He's got good body control, good radius, 32, 7/8. I don't know. He's probably needs to improve a little bit in blocking, but like D-Mac said, I think that's kind of old school, overrated stuff. Like if you bring somebody like Terrence Ferguson in, then you're probably going to be using him in the passing game more than anything. You have to find another way to block or just make him a serviceable blocker. But at 6'5", 250, you don't think this guy can like be taught to block somebody? I do. Yeah, ideal 3rd round pick. That would be something cool. And it's crazy. I bet you we get through this top 10. I would bet $1,000 that one of these guys will be on our team. I know that sounds stupid, but if there's a way to bet that, I might actually do that. Like just put money down that one of these guys is going to be on there for sure. And speaking of one that would be fun to have on there, Amika. Number 4, if we get Amika at 20, I would give that an A. A-, whatever, A. It depends on all this depends on who else is on the board too, right, guys? Because and I know this is the extreme case, but let's say whatever, Janty's on the board and we took Amika, well, then it would not be an A+, it would be less than that, but that's not going to happen. But out of Ohio State, when you're setting records at Ohio State, you're something special, I think. He's team captain. He's just kind of everything you want. He's going to be solid. He's not going to be as flashy, maybe as Ted or Burden, maybe even Golden. I guess I don't know much about Golden. But he tracks the ball really well. He catches the ball really well. He does everything well and solid. I think it'd be a great pick. And he's kind of like, to me, he's kind of what we wanted little Jordan Humphrey to be, and maybe he could be better at that. I think he can, he can block. He's got a good stiff arm. Yeah. So average speed, maybe, I guess, is one knock on him. I don't know. What did he run? Do we have that? I don't. Be curious to know what he ran. But yeah, he's just a good ball player. And we can use a few good ball players. I know Bo can. Again, not knocking Franklin or anybody, but with Vele, Mims, and Cortland on the team, adding an Emeka Ibuka to that room I think would be a really safe pick. If not exciting, but solid. I would go solid, and I would definitely give that an A-. That would be my number 4. All right, and honestly, these top 3, we can do whatever you want with, but here's my number 3. We'll go Trevion Henderson at number 3. If we got Trevion Henderson, honestly, I would give that an A+. Not having to move or do anything. And I think a lot of people have this guy as round 2 talent, maybe. And that may or may not be true, but this year, kind of like quarterbacks tend to be, they can be drafted maybe a round too soon. And I know a lot of people don't want to draft a running back in the first round, but Trevion Henderson just fits the Broncos and Sean Payton, I think, so well that I would be definitely willing to entertain Henderson at 20 without trading back and risking it. He's like an Aaron Jones type running back. I've seen that comp. Amon-Ra, exactly. And that's the thing, Andy, I agree. We're about providing Bo with the weapons that he can use, and I think that's a great comp. And I don't know if we use a whole lot of four wide sets or anything like that, but I like his height and I like his speed. I think he'd be great. But back to Trevion Henderson, he just seems like the perfect fit. I don't know that he's like is he worth a first round pick to anybody but the Broncos and maybe Chicago or somebody like that? I don't know. But was Bo Nix what, number 12? To a lot of people he wasn't worth that either, but to Sean Payton he was. So if Sean Payton said this is my guy at 20 and took him, I'd give it an A+. I wouldn't even. I'd drink this Crown and Coke just like I am right now. I'd love it. All right, so we've got our running back. Let's have a look at one more running back. I still have Amari Hampton here. And Andy's saying that his prediction is Henderson at the Broncos pick at 20. I'd be all for it too. Yep, no doubt, brother. I would be happy with that. And I'd be happy with this one too. So Amari Hampton, he was kind of like the guy for a lot of mock drafts, and maybe he still is, for a lot of this mock draft season or this draft season. A lot of people have been mocking and predicting Amari Hampton to the Broncos, and for good reason. I mean, kind of fits that mold. He's a tough runner. By all accounts, a great running back playing against really good competition. He ran a 4.4 And he's second team All-American, first team All-ACC, second team, finalist for the Duck Award again. That's the running back award. And he's a battering ram. He's 6 feet 220. He's big enough. He can do the pass pro. He can do it all. I think he catches the ball pretty well out of the backfield. Takes a lot of guys to bring him down. So I don't know much about his vision. I'm sure somebody has looked at that, but I guess I've heard a few things, like some mixed reports on his vision, and maybe Andy out there knows, but I think he's certainly better than what we have on the roster now. If he fell to us, and I say fall, not in the way that I'm talking about somebody falling in the draft, but if he was still there at 20, I mean, guys, if he's there at 20 and this guy's there at 20, I don't know. Like I almost like Trevion Henderson better here, but I'd give that an A, and I give that an A plus. If that tells you anything, when I went with my gut on these, maybe I should have Trevion Henderson 2, but it's hard for me to do in good conscience, because I kind of have to listen to what everybody else is saying. Because again, I'm not gonna use other people's work and then claim that I watched a ton of film of these guys and made that comparison. So I'm gonna go with Omarion Hampton at 2, and I would give that an A if they took him there. And he says I'd be cool with Hampton too. Ton of Josh Jacobs in his game, and I have that as my stylistic and career comparison. Yeah, gosh, Josh Jacobs. That's a great. It'd be nice to be comped to Josh Jacobs. We're glad he's not with the Raiders anymore. Good Lord, where did he go? Where did Josh Jacobs go? Go to Green Bay or something? I can't remember where he went. Anyways, I hope he's happy there and that he never comes back to Vegas. All right. So top player. Anybody guess? Yeah. I'm back on the Colston Loveland. Certainly don't know if he'll be there, but if he is at 20 and the Broncos take him at 20, I'd give that an A plus. Be a huge signing. 6'6", 248. Arguably the best tight end in the draft. I think Tyler Warren is by most people is considered the best, but it's arguable. Some people do like Colston Loveland better, and I don't know that. I guess I'm one of them, but I haven't studied Tyler Warren enough to make that the comparison. But hey, so I did something. I got Colston. That makes me feel better, Andy. Thank you. Yeah, this guy is he's just a football player out of Michigan. He runs all the routes, great route runner. He catches the ball over the middle. He catches it away from his body. I love the way he plays. Doesn't seem like a really fast guy, but again, like are the best tight ends, we fall so much in love with speed and combine numbers this time of year, and then everybody forgets about it when the players suck later. I'm just telling you, guys, like all those combine numbers and RAS scores and stuff are cool, but you don't find out if anybody can play football until they get on the field, and then those numbers just don't mean anything to you. It's like, Andy says I got Colston Loveland as my tight end 1, number 6 on my big board. Tyler Warren, tight end 2, number 7 on my big board. So very close, but preferring Loveland. So apparently it's not a crazy take to prefer Loveland. Let's hope other teams don't. I'd love to see him fall down for the Broncos at, at 20. God, and with some of these second round grades, like Colston Loveland at 20, and then Trevion Henderson in the second, like the draft would be over for me right there. I'd be so ecstatic that I would absolutely call it at that point. I would go home and be a happy man. Well, I'll probably be home. I'll probably be here in the studio watching it with you guys. So we'll be watching that. Maybe we'll be watching that with Sports Talk Denver. Ben and I might do something for the draft. We'll see. So just to recap here, we did, what did we do? I had Cam Scatterbo as my number 10 best pick for Nix. maybe like a fourth rounder. I think it'd be super fun. I think he'd be a productive player. I think he's a 3-down back. I think they'd still need a speedster. Still think they'd need somebody else, but yeah, if we get him in the fourth round, that'd be great. Mason Taylor I had as my number 9, and I would give that pick an A+ if we were able to snatch LSU's Mason Taylor somewhere in the later rounds. That would be awesome. Luther Burden is sort of not really sure what I'm doing, but I just like what I see from him, and I have him as number 8. Give him an A. Pick him up in the second round. That would be very cool. This one made a lot of people happy. Caleb Johnson. Anywhere in the second round would be awesome for Caleb. Actually, you know what? If we got Loveland in the first and then Caleb Johnson in the second, again, that would be an A+ first 2 rounds for me. So I'd be super psyched about that. Wouldn't bother me one bit. As far as a first round pick, if the Broncos took Tet McMillan, yeah, I would give that an A at 20. As long as we didn't trade any capital for it. Again, Andy said, just like I said too, Sean Payton's going to have a plan for these guys if he takes them. So, we'll figure out what to do with them. But I'd give that an A. Old Ferg here, I would give B+. Like him a lot. Maybe it's my disappointment of not getting Loveland if we were taking him later, but if we got, Henderson, Hampton, something like that in the first round, and then got Terrence Ferguson in the second or third, that would be awesome. And that grade could go up depending on where we got him, but good player. It fits really well. I'd love to have him. And then of course Amika's I think a great fit for the team. Again, probably the safest pick at 20 as far as the wide receivers go. I think he'd be awesome. I'd love to have him. I'd be excited. I'd be very excited for this pick. I know Bo would be too. I'm going to give it an A- only because we get in this A+ area where Trevion Henderson at number, my third favorite, maybe even my second favorite pick for Bo Nix in this draft. Would love this pick. I think it's a real possibility. I think it's a real possibility that we will get him. And yeah, let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on all these. If I missed anybody, or if you had somebody higher. And then Omarion Hampton, again, don't know if he's going to be there, if he's going to be available. Sure, it'd be interesting if he is. I mean, you got Janty, if Janty goes to the Raiders early, and then who's going to take Hampton? Is it going to be Chicago or somebody like that? You never know. Drafts are, they're unpredictable. We don't really know what's going to happen. But if he's not there and Henderson is, and they pass on Henderson, I might get a little nervous, but I'd love to see Hampton and Henderson there at the same time. Mostly because I think it would be interesting to see who Sean's real favorite was there if he had to choose between them. Because he's going to say he got his guy. And this is my guy. That'd be my number 1 choice for pick 20. Colson Loveland. I think Shoulder's going to be all right. I think he's going to be a great player. And I think it's going to be hey, what's up, Jetson? Good to see you, buddy. I think it's going to be such a great friend for Bo to have. It would be that tight end position that he can count on. He hasn't had yet. And I know that with Evan Ingram coming in, we've got that, hopefully. He's 31 years old, and so he's not going to be here forever. So taking Colston now, and then, imagine your quarterback comes in 1 year, your tight end comes in the next year, and maybe your running back too, or a couple running backs this year. So, all these young guys can build together. And I just think it would be so cool to, have them all grow at the same time. We're always in such a rush, guys, to get these guys in, get them playing and win a Super Bowl. But, you got to let them breathe a little bit and grow together. It didn't work for Elway. They played together a lot of years before they, got to the top. And instant gratification is awesome. But I mean, imagine getting Colston in there and getting, Henderson in there, or Hampton in there. And then, a couple of years, these guys are they're hanging out together. They're learning the playbooks. They're just getting close and they're getting fired up. And then next thing you know, you get a couple more pieces. And these guys are competing for AFC championship games and Super Bowls. So, there's a lot of team building that can be done. But I think as far as for, what we can do for Bo, get him some weapons. And these are the 10 weapons that I hope for the most. Hey Keith, are there any worries on Loveland's injuries? I think he had a labrum, right? Like his shoulder. Apparently he's a full go. So I mean, there's worries. There's always worries. Yeah, tight end. But what are you going to do? So we, he's just too talented to ignore. I don't think I haven't heard that anybody has him off the board because of injuries. So I would say we would probably not hold that against him. Loveland is a steal at 20. He might be. I wish I knew. I wish I knew where these guys were going. I guess we'll find out Thursday night. And excuse me, I hope everybody's watching the draft on Thursday night. I hope everybody enjoyed my top 10. If you did not enjoy my top 10, please leave a comment below and let me know who I missed or who I should have put in there. I would be happy to keep this going, but I've already kind of run through my list twice, and I don't really have that much else to go over tonight. I did want to check and make sure I didn't bookmark something. I see on Twitter, Keith, you're asking me my thoughts on Golden. I don't have any. I said that earlier in the show, probably before you hopped on. He's like a player that I've seen a lot of people talking about, but I haven't really watched or looked into yet. I guess like the highlights that I've seen of him, he looked good, but yeah, I don't have any real takes on that. And yeah, it looks like I'm live here. Oh, 75 people watching. Thank you guys. I think I do want to check my bookmarks and make sure I didn't bookmark something for you guys, because sometimes I'll bookmark something. Oh, did you see that where Legwold said the running backs, Trevion Henderson, Dylan Sampson, Trevor Etienne, LeQuint Allen, and Cam Scatterbo are on the Broncos radar. I'm telling you guys, watch out for my guy Scatterbo, man. I'm telling you, he could be in play for the Broncos. And then, yeah, so this other Scatterbo agenda I had for you, career scrimmage yards per game. I wonder if I can just do this. Can I do this? Where are we at? Let me just share this with you guys real quick while I got your attention. Find a way to share a screen with you. I'll have to dump something probably. Where's my window here? Is this it? All right, so remove other media. Sorry, guys. I got so much stuff on the screen that it's not letting me put anything else up there. All right, so hopefully you guys can read this. Now, career scrimmage yards per game. Ashton Genty, 141. Cam Scatterbo, 135. Cam Scatterbo played up against like real competition, guys. Like Genty's clearly the best running back and one of the best players in the draft. Not arguing it, not saying it. He did not play against the level of competition that Cam Scatterbo did. Scrimmage yards per game, Genty 196, Scatterbo 178. 178 yards. That's production. Success rate, Scatterbo is better. And career avoided tackle rate, they're like neck and neck. And so it says here, Scatterbo played 11 of 13 games versus Power 4 schools in 2024. He had 100 plus scrimmage yards in all 11 games, averaging 197 yards. I mean, don't fall into the trap. What is it Sean Payton always says? The NFL trap of just believing what everybody tells you and then just climbing on board. I think if you watch him yourself and people weren't telling you how slow he was or whatever, you might find yourself liking Cam Scatterbo a little bit more. A lot, Keith. I think there's value to that, especially if they played together and if they liked each other and got along. Um, I played with people that were my best friends, and I played with people who were complete assholes on my teams too. So I guess there's the chance that like they hated each other secretly, but I doubt it. Knowing Bo Nix, they probably love each other. So yeah, I think there's value there. But when you're a year removed from that and playing in a completely different offensive style, I don't know. I think these guys are going to go and be pros. Uh, we'll see. I still like him. He's still one of my favorites. So I have him at 5 or something. Judson comes in. Yeah, Tesla. He'd be an electric player for sure. You plug him in and he'd do great. Sorry, that's my Tesla joke for that. It's the only one I had. I get charged up. He could provide a spark though, for sure. RJ Harvey, he's he's that, isn't that USF or something, UCF kid? Little bitty guy, like 5'6" or something. Maybe I got the wrong guy, but if he's the guy I think he is, that RJ Harvey, yeah, it'd be fun too. There's definitely some. This is like, first round, and then these are all like deep dives right here. And I don't even know who that is, Judson, to be honest with you. I've seen the name floating around, but I've never taken the time to look it up. So, guys, that's what I want to talk about. There's my Cam Scatabo. How many bows is too many bows on a team? I think we could have another bow on the team, and it would just be fun to have like that mascot player. Like, when was the last time we had a mascot player? If you know what I mean by that, it's just like that Rudy type, or just that player that everybody loves. That's a Steve Tasker, to throw it way back into the old days. But you get a player like Scat. I like Tebow was kind of that way, even though he was the quarterback. It's just great to have players sometimes that that'll get down in the dirt and kind of be the underdog crowd favorites. And I kind of miss having that. Let's see. Judson comes in, says the great thing is there will be good running backs that go undrafted. The best to snag one in the first 3 rounds, but they really don't need to. Yeah, they might. I mean, need might be a stronger. I think they should. There's too many good ones that you can get in the first 3 rounds to just like blow it off for a later round flyer on a running back, because we kind of have some guys that should be good running backs on the roster now, and I'm not giving up on them completely, but the guys I see, the Hamptons, the Hendersons, Judkins, yeah, I mean, I see your point. I guess I'm just let me bring this up for you. Never mind. Don't do that. Come here. Here we at. I got so many things on here. I can't bring them up. But honestly, I'm not passing this guy if he's on the board to wait for an undrafted, free agent running back. I think Caleb Johnson's got too much talent. I would take him. And I wouldn't even blink an eye. All right, guys. I'm starting to lose my voice. Hope you guys like my 10. And thanks everybody for coming in. Again, I really love having you guys come in, these little impromptu Friday night deals. So much easier than running my show. I just get to come out here and BS with you guys, and it's nice. No pressure. Just have some fun and talk Broncos, which I love to do. And if there's no more comments or questions or anything, I'm going to get out of here and maybe see who else is on and go talk to them for a little bit. I think I saw David. Did I see David on? Yeah, maybe David Talks Broncos is on over there or somebody. So, hey, thanks everybody for coming in, watching. I'll be on Tuesday night. Let's Talk Broncos. Engage 8. So it's Altitude Adjustment with Mario and Pat. I'll be on his show, Engage 8, Tuesday night. And then the draft is Thursday. We'll see what that brings. Ben at Sports Talk Denver has some stuff going on with his family, so we're still trying to figure that out, but we might live stream that just for fun. Hang out with you guys. And then I'm in Key West for a week, so I'm not sure when I'm back on. Ryan Konigsberg from DNVR and Nick Kindle are coming on, and we'll probably do that right after the draft. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. And other than that, though, guys, have a great weekend. Happy Easter to all you guys if you celebrate. And if you don't celebrate, eat, drink, be merry, and have a great weekend. Enjoy it. And we'll see you. We'll see you later. Thanks, everybody in the comments section. Again, thanks for coming in, commenting, and we'll see you guys next.